So now, here we have a voltage tripler circuit. There's 400 microfarad capacitors and 4 rectifier diodes so that we can charge and pump the capacitors into the next one right there. But in case we got 5 volts at the supply, we are measuring the final capacitor, which is capturing all the charge pumps. And there you can see we're well above 5 volts of the supply right there, because we've almost tripled the voltage right there. So we do also lose the diode drops right there, but also, I'd have to go a lot faster to overcome the leakage of the capacitors and stuff. But there you can see, it's almost about 12 volts. We should be able to get about 12.8 volts if we go fast enough right there. So we go into the negative supply, charge that capacitor, positive supply pumps into that capacitor, negative supply pumps into that capacitor, positive supply pumps into that capacitor. Each pump raises the voltage. So now we got the schematic diagram for my voltage tripler. That doesn't take into account though the diode drop, so you actually get less than 3 times the voltage. But in case, we go to the negative supply there, that capacitor charges up to about 4.4 volts. We go to the positive supply, and then it gets a higher voltage of, somewhere about like 9.4 volts or so. But in case, it goes through that diode, so you lose a little bit. So we can get this up to about 8 something volts. Then we go back to the negative supply right there. This repeats the process, but we're interested in this higher voltage will flow into that capacitor when we go to the negative supply. Then when we go to the positive supply, it pushes that current into this capacitor. We get a higher voltage. So when we go to that positive supply, if this is already charged up, then we can expect up to about 13.3 volts right there. And so out here, we got a maximum of about maybe 12.8 volts that we could get this if we go fast enough. So now we'll take a look at the circuit, the way I built it on a breadboard without the multimeter and the jumpers in the way. So we got the diode to the positive supply coming to the capacitor, and so it's going to want to charge when we got the connection to ground right there. Both of these negative side of the capacitors are tied together. We go to the positive side, that puts it in series with the capacitor, and it pumps current into this capacitor, raising its voltage. Now when we put the jumper back to the negative supply like we got there, this capacitor pumps current into that capacitor right there. I know it's kind of hard to tell, but there's a wire lead coming this way. So that raises its voltage even more. And then when we go to the positive supply, just like with that capacitor, in fact with both capacitors, it's going to pump current into the following capacitor. And this one is just to collect the charges, so you got to raise voltage so you can power a load. But of course you have to go really fast if you're going to be powering a load.